Okay, so what if those really dramatic moments, the big fights, the tearful makeups, even the friendships you see on your favorite reality shows, what if they aren't quite real?
Or at least not spontaneous.
Exactly. What if they're carefully planned out? Today, we're going to dig into exactly that. We're looking at the recent, pretty candid stuff from Scheana Shay.
Yeah, from Vanderpump Rules, an original cast member.
Right, we're aiming to pull back the curtain, really get into the engineered reality that might be happening behind the cameras.
And look, this isn't just, random internet gossip. This is coming straight from someone who's been deep inside that reality TV world for years now.
Definitely.
So our mission really in this deep dive is to pull out the most important bits from what Scheana's saying. We want to help you understand not just what she revealed about shows like Vanderpump Rules, but actually why it matters, why it kind of shifts how we maybe should be looking at reality TV as a whole. You might hear some things that honestly are pretty surprising.
And when Scheana uses phrases like meticulously orchestrated, she doesn't sound like she's exaggerating.
No, not at all.
She's claiming producers weren't just like flies on the wall watching drama unfold. They were actively designing it, manufacturing it.
Think about that. Just pause on that idea.
Yeah, those intense, raw moments you thought you were seeing.
Maybe not so raw, maybe carefully constructed.
Wow.
Which, it immediately brings up this huge question, right? What even is reality when we talk about reality TV?
Exactly.
Scheana talked about how producers would apparently tell cast members, when and where to have a specific confrontation.
Seriously. Okay, at 3 p.m. by the pool, you need to bring this up.
Pretty much. She even mentioned them giving out talking points, almost like a mini script, to nudge arguments in a certain direction.
That's wild.
Imagine thinking you're just going to chat with a friend and oops, you've walked into a setup, timed just right for a big scene. That's more than just giving direction, isn't it? That's really shaping the narrative. And apparently it's pretty common across the genre because, conflict drives ratings.
Conflict equals viewers equals ad money. Yeah, that's huge incentive.
Totally.
And this pressure, this need to deliver good TV, it wasn't just about how they looked on screen, it hit their wallets too.
Okay. So the financial angle.
Yeah, Scheana said if she didn't play ball with these engineered situations, she risked getting less screen time, maybe edited out completely.
Less screen time means?
Less pay. Directly impacts your paycheck. Which brings us to something else she revealed that was pretty eye-opening. Unexpected pay cuts.
Right, because I think a lot of us assume, stars on these massive shows, they must be absolutely rolling in it.
That's the perception, yeah. But Scheana, she painted a very different reality. Claimed her salary got slashed one season.
Slashed? How?
Significantly. And apparently with no warning, no explanation given beforehand. She said she only found out after she'd already signed the contract for that season.
Wait. After signing, how does that even work?
That's what she claims. It just shows this power imbalance, right, between the network, the producers, and the talent. The contracts might leave people really vulnerable.
Wow. So vulnerable to just arbitrary financial hits.
Seems like it. So while the network, Bravo in this case, is making bank from all the drama, some of the cast members were scrambling, having to find other ways to make money, merch, appearances, maybe starting a podcast.
Right, diversifying, just to keep up the lifestyle that the show itself portrays.
The fame is real, definitely, but the financial security that you'd assume comes with it, maybe not always so solid.
And this whole dynamic, it wasn't just about paychecks, was it? It seemed to seep into almost everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Scheana really stressed the drama wasn't just, encouraged. It was basically required. Contractual.
Required. Wow. Even those reunion specials, the ones that feel like the most raw, unfiltered moments of the whole season.
Even those, allegedly, were manipulated. She said producers would, poke the bear right before filming.
How so?
Remind cast members about old fights, things that had maybe died down.
Oh, wow.
And urge them to bring it all back up again on camera. Stir the pot.
And if you didn't want to engage, if you refused,
then you risk being sidelined. Your story gets minimized. Maybe you get edited out of important parts altogether.
So you're basically forced to participate in the drama machine.
That's the picture she paints.
Yeah.
And it really makes you think about the human cost, right? Being under that kind of relentless pressure.
Absolutely, the emotional toll.
Yeah, Scheana was really open about that, said it strained real friendships. Some were even destroyed. Trust was just constantly broken.
I can imagine.
And her own mental health really suffered. All for a show, she says, that cared more about getting dramatic reactions than showing, well, actual reality.
And another piece of this, which is also pretty troubling, is how little control the cast apparently had over how they were ultimately portrayed.
Right, the editing process.
Yep. Exactly. Scheana claimed that really private moments, vulnerable moments, could be twisted, taken out of context to make someone fit a role, like the season's villain.
Ugh.
Yeah. One little editing choice, and suddenly your reputation is defined by that one moment, maybe unfairly.
Or one breakdown gets played over and over.
Yeah.
Becomes your whole storyline.
Right. She talked about apologies being cut out, scenes shuffled around, personal stories used without the full picture. There's this term, frankenbiting.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Where they stitch together bits of audio from different times to make it sound like someone said something they never actually said in that way.
That's incredibly manipulative.
It is. Or using leading edits to basically tell the audience how they should feel about someone. She described this constant cycle of feeling used, feeling misrepresented.
Until the person on screen doesn't even feel like you anymore.
Exactly. Just pushed for content, content, content.
So, okay, when you put all these pieces together, the manufactured drama, the financial pressure, the emotional toll, the editing.
Right.
It makes you ask, why is Scheana speaking out so candidly right now?
Good question. She seems to frame it as, well, wanting the truth out there.
It's just tired of pretending.
Seems like it. Tired of pretending everything was fair, tired of hiding how people were treated behind the scenes, and maybe issuing a kind of warning.
A warning to who?
To anyone thinking about jumping into reality TV, basically saying, look, don't just blindly trust every promise you hear. The cameras might be rolling, capturing something real, but the story they end up telling, that's a whole different, much more complicated thing. And she even hinted, didn't she, that others feel the same way, but are maybe too scared to speak up.
Yeah, afraid of being blacklisted, basically. Cut off from the industry.
It's this really tangled web, isn't it? Where needing the paycheck meets this, psychological pressure and manipulation. It creates an environment where drama is demanded, often costing the people involved their agency, their well-being.
Right.
So the key takeaway, I think, the real insight here is that the reality, in a lot of reality TV, it's often this incredibly carefully constructed illusion.
An illusion?
Yeah, driven by money, driven by the need for conflict, built on controlled narratives, not necessarily authentic, spontaneous life. It really shows how chasing entertainment can seriously blur those lines between what's real and what's, well, engineered performance.
That is. Yeah, that's a really powerful perspective to consider. It makes you rethink everything.
It does.
What so many of us just saw as, a peek into these glamorous or chaotic lives in West Hollywood, maybe it was actually this sophisticated machine built on managed stories and, sometimes just manufactured chaos.
Seems that way based on her account.
So after hearing all this, after hearing Scheana Shay's side of the story, will you ever watch these kinds of shows the same way again? It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How much of what you've watched over the years might have been, well, just another episode of reality TV dressed up as truth?